right, I want to check in with everybody. I'm the same way, but again, we had a disruption in the market, disruption in the force. Almost kind of reminds me of Star Wars. Markets have been selling off on things that we have told you. I reminded my daughter today that, again, she needs to buy me a shirt that says, "Don't doubt me." The jobs numbers for some time have been a complete fugazi. We've explained that to you. We've talked to you about the strength of the consumer, which has been waning for some time. The government will tell you one thing, okay, but companies will tell you another. When you have the CEO of Wayfair come out and talk about how customers they're not spending like they used to. He actually harkened back to 2008. Clients of mine, and I speak to, that are in various different sales industries and talking about how the consumer is pulling back in a myriad of ways. They've been doing it for some time. All of these things have been taking place. Underline the markets again. You've been lied to. Now, came to a bit of a head this week when you had manufacturing numbers that were just awful. And jobs numbers, again, more jobs. Numbers prior months revised to the downside, which is, again, it's an automatic. And this month's numbers were very, very weak as well. And again, we've already looked at the internals of these numbers, and the numbers have been bad. Taking a look at where jobs have been created, who's creating the jobs, government, and the ones that are actually in the private sector, where they're going to. There's a little bit more than meets the eye in regards to the latest sell-off as well. I think the markets are coming to terms with the fact that Kamala Harris got a really good shot at winning this election. She does. And again, I think they're trying to figure out who's actually going to be running the show, because she's not. She's not, just as much as Biden is not running the show now. Who, again, and they will, trust me, they will get this information out to the big banks and to major people about actually who's going to be handling economic policy. She's not. Again, her first, and you have to go watch it to actually believe it. Nobody says as much as she does with so many words and says nothing. I mean, we years ago, yeah, again, maybe it was years ago, we started calling her word salad. So they're, the hostages are coming off the plane. I had to write it down here. This is just an extraordinary testament to the importance of having a president who understands the power of diplomacy and understands the strength that rests in understanding the significance of diplomacy. Here you go. That's nothing. You're just wasting breath right there. And then, unfortunately, again, it's sad. You take a look at Joe Biden, who's standing right next to her, and he obviously looks to me like he has Parkinson's. He's just zoned out completely. Then again, mainstream media won't show you this. Turns around and gets on the wrong airplane, gets on the airplane that the hostages came off of, and just stays on it for a period of time. And everybody, again, you're not going to see this in the mainstream media. Everybody's like shocked. Like, when is he going to come off? When is he going to come off? When is he going to realize he's not on the right plane? Anyway, that's a bit of a concern as well. We have a weak in economy, and for some time I've said it's almost been a bit of a recessionary type of environment where certain companies have been cutting costs, have been doing it for some time. And again, this is what happens during a recession. People are worried about a hard land. We're going to have a hard land. We're going to have a recession. Recessions are great. They're fantastic. If you are a smart company owner, you're going to appreciate recessions. If you're intelligent. If you are a moronic trader thinking that, oh my God, I got to get in now. No, you're going to lose out, okay? You're going to get your head handed to you. You think you're going to outsmart the markets. Just own good companies. What do good companies do during recessions? What do they do? They get lean and they get mean. We've described recessions in the past. It's like the lymphatic system of the human body. It's where companies cut out the crap. They get rid of all the weak parts. They go through soup to nuts and see what's working, what's not working. They get rid of employees that they don't need. It's just a part of it. And then they come out on the other side stronger. And we talked about that, the concept of being anti-fragile. Do I think we'll probably see more volatility? Most certainly throughout August and into, probably extended into the end of the year, without a doubt. Federal Reserve, honestly, what are they going to do? They're going to lower by a quarter. They're going to lower by 50 basis points. More has to do with what they're, basically what the repo agreements are with the banks right now that are keeping the banks from lending. I don't know if they're going to change that. That would be helpful, most certainly on the real estate front to some degree. But again, if you want to go back, you want to take a look at some of the things that we've written and talked about when it comes to slowing economies, recessions, and how they play out for your portfolio. I've written extensively about this over the years. In fact, column I did, In Search of Recession, was a playoff on Leonard Nimoy's In Search of from the 1970s. You could keep looking for them and looking for them and looking for them, and oftentimes you're in them and you don't know it. Well, or you might know it, but it's not like they're telling you about it. And again, I like to harken back and remind everybody that the Great Recession, it took the high priests there, the National Bureau of Economic Research in Cambridge, it took them a year. A year after it was over, they said, oh, yeah, there was a recession at that point in time. So again, don't fear this stuff, okay? You're going to have increased volatility without a doubt, okay? But again, look to add. Don't change your plan as far as dollar cost averaging is concerned. Continue to accumulate during these hectic periods of time. Don't listen to the people on there like, buy the dip. Dips? I don't buy dips. I don't buy run-ups. I just buy every single month. High-quality companies that I think have great value. And guess what? It works. Not once, not twice, but it works all the time. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.